Welcome to KPIS Delhi. We have launched C.A.R.E Current Affairs Reverse Engineering. It can save your time and energy by giving article orientation in the form of MCQs inspired by PYQs. I'm coming to the present article. It is talking about Chinese economic crisis, debt deflation, and demographic decline. These are the two aspects that China has been witnessing. You need to understand about debt deflation here because you know the problem of China's aging workforce, that is demographic decline. The problem second is debt deflation. Debt deflation is a scenario where a decrease in overall prices and economic activity which can increase burden of existing debt and potentially leading to vicious cycle of falling prices and economic stagnation. If there is fall in the price and there may be less in the demand for the goods and services in the economy, and there will be a less investment threshold in the business environment which will go under huge debt, and therefore government has to spend so much, therefore the expenditure of the government has to be increased and the real debt burden will be increased. This is called deflation, which is causing such kind of debt burden is called debt deflation. And coming to the second element, that is a negative cascading effect out of it, is the middle class economy which is enjoying this fall in the prices may also look after further fall in the prices. Such kind of situation will create a vicious cycle of falling prices and economic stagnation because they delay in purchases, they show less interest in investments, and they want more kind of returns out of their income, actual income. So such kind of vicious cycle of falling price may create economic stagnation which is arisen out of this debt deflation situation which China has been witnessing. Next, coming to this next article, it is talking about war in Caucasus, and we have also discussed about Nagorno-Karabakh region, which is a conflict zone between Armenia and also Azerbaijan. Recently, there is a eviction of huge number of population from the Nagorno-Karabakh region, the ethnic Armenian who were living for last 30 years after dissolution of USSR, right, in 1990s. Okay, so what is the question that we need to address here? There were many conflict zones around this Black Sea region and Caspian Sea and also Mediterranean Sea. There were many questions asked by UPSC. In India also 2020, which of the following mountains lies between Caspian Sea and Black Sea was asked regarding this Caucasus Mountains. And we have also asked a question related to Caucasus mountain range, which is spread across which of the following countries. All the countries, Russia, Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, are located in this Caucasus mountain region only. Greater Caucasus mountains extended from Russia towards Azerbaijan region towards its southeastern part. And next, coming to Lesser Caucasus, its southeast extension is towards Armenian north from Turkey. So next, coming to actual article, that is about expertise over politics. It is not related to any kind of data, it is only the concept related to water dispute. What is the dispute here? Here the Kaveri Water Management Authority has given a kind of a ruling that you need to share, the Karnataka has to share at least 5000 cubic feet of water per second to Tamil Nadu. However, it is not a case during the deficit rainfall situation, and Karnataka has approached the apex court again. Such kind of yearly adjudication and seasonal litigations are witnessed in this area. So such bodies which were formed out of this dispute, that is Kaveri Water Management Authority, should actually come up with a permanent formula on how to assess this deficit in a given year. So what is the relevant component from this article that you need to choose here is tribunals. There was no such question asked regarding water tribunals till now. However, there were questions several times asked in the UPSC regarding quasi-judicial bodies and also administrative tribunals. Therefore, we have set this question: concurrent list empowers the union state governments for the regulation and development of interstate rivers and river valleys. Is it true statements? No, it is not related to concurrent list. It is union list actually, which empowers the union for the regulation and development of interstate waters, not the state at all. Next, according to this Interstate Water Dispute Act, union government should constitute a tribunal to settle water dispute within 6 months. No, not within 6 months. It is actually within 1 year. So this is the actual question. And regarding this administrative tribunals and other quasi judicial bodies, you please go through the Lakshmikant book once again. And next topic is about, this is highly very important topic. It is very interesting also. Children a key at missed demographic in artificial intelligence regulation. We have given a mains question from it, and go through this mains question. Yes. Discuss the impact of digital space on children in India, suggest measures to their well-being in this context. Here the introduction is about digital revolution, which has both negative and positive effects, right? So the positive effects that we can write comfortably by taking few keywords here and also do some value addition. How will you make value addition from the given article here? The value addition is very easy by segregating article into challenges and how to overcome it. Here the challenge number 1 from this recent challenge, that is emerging technology, artificial intelligence on the children, especially addiction, issues of addiction, mental health, overall safety, and also absence of hungry AA based digital services which can deploy opaque algorithms and dark patterns to exploit their impressionable young people. Simple. In most of the times this AA based digital services create a kind of algorithms, means it can generate interesting things to the young age people in which they are addicted to. It will also have a kind of a multiplier effect, that if they watch a kind of video, it will show again and again such similar videos, and they will get addiction to such kind of opaque algorithm and dark patterns related videos also. And because such may not be visible to other players and who are monitoring them, who are giving them guardianship, this kind of a dark pattern of their usage, abusive usage, cannot be witnessed under this AA umbrella. Next, coming to tech-based distortions of ideal physical appearance. Yes, one more thing. There are many morphed fakes and shareds. They are called shareds. Parents who share their children data on several online platforms, and those children may be morphed by using this kind of AI tools, and there may be an abuse. That means the fake deep fake capabilities. That means these deep fake pictures and fake morphed internet prevalence may create a kind of disturbance to growth of the natural growth of the child. So one more thing, AI is known to transpose real world biases and inequalities into digital world. Such issues of bias and discrimination can impact children and adolescents who belong to marginal communities, because our discrepancies in the society can also be actually understood by the AI. It may also replicate such kind of discrepancy in the society, and those disparities and discrepancies and discriminatory tendencies can impact on children and adolescents who belong to these marginal communities especially. And next, coming to what is the solution here. UNICEF, UN Convention on Rights of the Child, India is also signatory, is giving a kind of child's well-being, inclusive, fair, non-discriminatory and safety, transparency and explainability, accountability models. This is one of the models that the policy framework that was guided by the UNESCO, right? And the policy, out of this policy framework, you can also bring varying development stages of authentication for children who are using these digital tools on which are based on AI, artificial intelligence based digital tools. For example, California's age appropriate design code, serving as an interesting template. What does it mean? According to the age, it will show recommendations, it will display few videos, it will take authentication of the user whether you have attained certain age or not. Such age specific code while using the digital information was also implemented by this California's Appropriate Design Code Act. This can also be a substantiating element for your mains answers. So till now I have talked about C1, that is challenge 1, challenge 2, And next, related to fake capabilities challenge 5 6 like that. And next, coming to solution 1, solution 2, one is given by the UNESCO's policy framework, and second one is California's age appropriate design code act, and third one is way forward related to Indian authorities should encourage the research and development. This is way forward 1. And way forward 2 also is about Australia's online safety youth advisory council. It is a bottom up approach rather than top down approach in controlling and monitoring the activity of the youth on digital platforms. Okay, instead of giving top down safety protocols, let's include them. These 13 to 24 years of age group can determine their code of conduct and how to use online safely, and they may be part of these awareness campaigns. And fast evolving nature of this AI means that regulations should avoid prescriptions and instead embrace standards strong institutions. Why I am reading this? Because such kind of statement may be helpful for your conclusion part. So you please go through these articles and note down only few challenges and way forward related to it, and you can easily dump the information from it. And next, coming to the other article is about banks, but Das warns against he is our RBI chairman Shaktikant Das. Das warns against excessive dominance in bank boards. Bank boards bureau, this is one of the homeworks that I am giving you. Please go through it. Several times UPSC asked this question. And now I am going to talk about this urban cooperative banks. There is a question related to such kind of banks in the UPSC. In 2020 also they have asked about district central cooperative banks. District central cooperative banks. Actually, they urban cooperative banks, which are exempted mostly from the maintaining of cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio. But primary are few of the commercially operating primary urban cooperatives are not exempted from this cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio norms by the RBI. So first statement is incorrect. Next, coming to this UCB registered under the State Cooperative Societies Act are regulated and supervised by the Central Registered Cooperative Societies. Actually, it is not Central Registered Cooperative Societies that are regulating or supervising these UCBs. It is concerned state registered societies which are regulating the UCBs. And next, elections and appointment of directors etc. of urban cooperative banks come under the purview of respective state and central banks. Here, the third statement is correct because cooperative banks have been functioning under the supervision and control of RBI only. However, administrative and managerial functions and appointment of the director elections are taken care by the under the purview of the state central government. Okay, please go through it once again. And coming to this Union Minister Hardeep S. Puri, who flags off this first green hydrogen fuel cell bus from Kartavya Path, New Delhi. What is this hydrogen fuel cell bus? You please go through this MCQ. It can give you a simple glimpse over it. And there were also few questions UPSC PYQs in 2015 regarding these fuel cells which are run by hydrogen fuel cell and oxygen, which can help you to generate electricity. This was the question here. This question was used in this option actually. Okay, and unlike batteries, unlike batteries, this is second statement. It needs no oxygen to work. This was completely a wrong statement. This statement was inspired by this kind of UPSC PYQ and this statement because it requires oxygen to generate electricity. And next thing, hydrogen fuel cells, they only emit water and there is no carbon dioxide emission or other pollution released in this atmosphere. That is why we are bringing this, right? And this first statement is fine. And unlike batteries, they will not run down and need recharging and can continue to produce electricity while the hydrogen is supplied. That is true, absolutely true. And they can continue to supply electricity while hydrogen is supplied. That is fine. Unlike other traditional conventional model of these fuel cells. And unlike batteries, actually usual batteries store electricity, they need recharging, but hydrogen fuels can continue to produce electricity as long as a supply hydrogen is provided. They don't run down or require recharging in traditional sense at all. And hydrogen fuel is indeed only emit the water and they will never release any carbon dioxide or other pollutant into atmosphere. Hydrogen fuel cells do require oxygen to work. In fact, chemical reaction that occurs in a hydrogen fuel cell involves combination of hydrogen, oxygen to produce electricity and water. This was asked in UPSC. It requires oxygen also to produce electricity in the UPSC 2015 question. Next, Next question is about Indian standards and biofuel to aid global biofuel alliance, right? Global biofuel alliance. It was announced by our honorable prime minister. It is a multilateral forum. In the G20 summit, the leaders who were meeting there announced, Prime Minister of India has announced, and Bureau of Indian Standards, which is coming under the purview of this Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, Bureau of Indian Standards, which takes care of this highest quality assurance to the consumers. Is talking about this global biofuel alliance and expressed its delightedness because of the vibrant initiative taken by the Prime Minister. And next, coming to China, what is the actual question that we need to infer from this is China, Brazil, India collectively contribute more than 80%. Yes, ethanol production consumption globally. Actually, it is around 85% contribute collectively and 81% consumption. Next, India fixed the target of achieving 20% ethanol blending petrol by 2030. You please go through it once again. Considering achievements in previous years, acknowledging the public support, government decided to advance the 20% ethanol blending in petrol by 5 years from 2030 to 2025. Okay, 2035, 2030 to 2035. Okay, and next, USA, Brazil, India, major producers, as I have said, 85% and 81%. 85% is the production part, 81% is about consumption part, ethanol globally. And next, 18th G20 summit has announced such a kind of new initiative, Global Fuel Alliance, which is a multilateral forum consisting of 30 countries and other international institutions to facilitate such kind of adoption. Next, Ministry for quick green light in underground coal mining, because underground coal mining will release less carbon. Therefore, ministry wants to promote this underground coal mining. Actually, 70% of our coal reserves are conducive to underground coal mining, and only 5% of this overall mining is underground coal mining, right? Therefore, Government of India wants to bring such underground coal mining which are conducive for it. Therefore, we have set a question associated with it. Underground mining is considered to have less impact on the immediate environment. Yes, that is true. And underground coal mining currently accounts for around 5% of overall mining in the country. Coal Controllers Organization was a question asked in the UPSC 2022. You please go through this question once again to understand entirely related to coal related organizations. And next, previously also, there were questions on India's national policy on biofuels in 2020. You please go through this national policy on biofuels, because national policy on biofuel related components are different with respect to actual biofuel production. Actual biofuel production may require all these components, but as per national policy on biofuels, we are using raw material. We are using cassava, okay, and this damaged wheat grains, and next rotten potatoes, sugar beet as raw material for the production of these biofuels as per the national policy on biofuel. However, groundnut seeds and horse grams may also be used for biofuel production, but as per this national policy in the given in the 2020 UPSC question, right? So you please go through this policy very deeply, right? There were many questions asked on it. Next, power companies plug into smart meters for sustainable solutions, okay, and directly you can go through this article. It can give you a simple glimpse over smart meter, because this smart meter is which among the following information is recorded by this smart meter. Yes, information related to smart meter is this records information is energy, voltage level, current and power. It will record everything given in this on these options, right? So it is all of the above. What is the PVQ here? Here it is in a pressure cooker. The temperature, what is the required here? Okay, in which of the food is cooked depends on mainly on area of the hole of the lid, that is true, and temperature of the flame and weight of the lid. These are the questions which are applicable in nature and very simple and general. Next, it is humanoid robot, human robot, which actually takes over Korea, because this Korea driven by K-pop industry, humanoid robot enrolled as a student in the universities, and intern at major companies and appear regularly on live television. So next coming years, robots will also study along with us. Because, what is the actual mechanism involved here? It is deep fake. The scientific term is about deep fake. Here the face is a deep fake. Her body belongs to a team of similar sized actors, and but she sings, reads news. So what is mean by deep fake? Already we have studied earlier also. This is a type of in the context of a synthetic media technique, a term a used to deep sea exploration, a highly advanced computer algorithm used in weather, a type of encrypted communication used by intelligence agencies to protect classified, a synthetic media technique that uses artificial intelligence to create convincing fake videos or images, often with malicious intent. Please underline this word. Okay. And there was a question in the UPSC 2020. It was a little tricky also, because the question is not about future potential of AI. It is asking only present state of development of AI. As per present state of development of AI, what can you do? What can effectively AI do? Here AI can do bring down electricity consumption in industrial unit, and it create meaningful short stories. No, meaningful is quite difficult. It cannot create meaningful short stories, that much it is not developed. Disease diagnosis can be used, and text to speech conversion, okay, fine. And wireless transmission of electrical energy, it is not related to AI at present now. So B134 is the right answer as per UPSC PVQ. And next, these are the questions based on deep fakes are computer generated manipulated videos, often having malicious intentions before creating such kind of video. So these are the questions in the form of reverse engineering. You please go through them and read them, understand them. Only in the form of MCQs, this can develop, reorient, and give you a kind of long lasting retention capacity.